mass confusion here in Birmingham this afternoon as Aston Villa finished the game with more goals than their opponents. And yes, it's just been confirmed that it was indeed a win for Aston Villa. The initial confusion at the full-time whistle, as Villa fans had gone so long without seeing their team ahead on the scoreboard at the final whistle. There was initially, as I said, some confusion, but it has been confirmed this was indeed 3 points for the Villa. Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villa and welcome to episode 15 of Razor Holte, our quest for world domination. And as you've just heard, we've won a game. We won a game of football against Swansea. Since last episode, just the two, and as you can see, 4 points, which we'll take. If we get 4 points every 2 games, we're going to do okay, aren't we? First up was Bournemouth. We went away to Bournemouth. We were defensively sound in this. I just checking my notes. I can't remember exactly what happened, but we didn't look like scoring. I do remember it now. It was a real snooze fest. If you look at the match stats, neither team deserved. I mean, that looks like it was a relatively entertaining game. It wasn't. It really, really wasn't. You can see we dominated possession, but no team looked like scoring. It was 0-0. I was really worried we were going to go and throw it away at the end, but we managed to hang on, and that was great. Then we played Swansea, and hooray, miracles do happen. We won a game of football. You can see we didn't necessarily deserve to win a game of football. We were completely outpossessed. We changed formation. I went back to the one we used against Spurs, to 5-3-2, because I figured if we aren't scoring, then we need to have an extra striker up top. And to some extent it worked because we did get a goal. We looked good defensively. It was actually another boring game, to be honest. We look at this ball here from Phil Foden. Absolute cracker. First time, Scott Hogan, take that. That was the 85th minute winner for us. And absolute scenes, as you've just seen at Villa Park. Yeah, I don't know where those match stats have come from, because we certainly weren't outplayed like that. It was an even game, and the highlights were relatively few and far between. So this episode we've got 2 massive 6-pointers. Crystal Palace, who are 18th, Everton, who are last, and that's going to be tough. Crystal Palace have just sacked their manager. We're the first game afterwards, so that's fantastic, because you never know what you're going to get. And if Everton haven't sacked Marco Silva, I dare say that's not too far away. But look at the league table. Suddenly we're sitting up there in mid-table, and too many draws, way too many draws. We've only lost 4 games. Now look, West Ham are 5th. They've lost 5. One of them was to us. So I think defensively, if we look at how do we get into see the goals for and against here, defensively we're not too bad. We've conceded 16. Now that is good enough. That's better than Chelsea. The problem is goals scored. We scored 10, which is the lowest in the division. So no surprises. Where I was a little bit worried, wasn't I, that we didn't have a striker and that could come back and hurt us. Defensively, we're fine. It's like Villa back in the day, isn't it? Defensively, we're fine. Sort of under John Gregory, where we used to have the best defence and we couldn't score. Some of you probably don't even know who John Gregory is. So defensively, we're fine. It's just attacking. We really, really are struggling for goals right now. So like I say, I'm hoping with the extra man up top that will kind of fix that. So let's have a look at the team we're sending out here to play Crystal Palace. Now, on the injury front, Abdul Rahman is injured himself again. Now, I'm a little bit responsible for this. It was a wear and tear injury. He went off for international football. His match conditioning there was still down. So I tried to play him in an under-23 game. I think it was like 40 minutes, 60 minutes, just to try and get that up a little bit. And he got injured. So I'll have to take responsibility for that. We are going to miss him now for the festive fixtures, which is a little bit annoying. But yeah, we're not seeing the best of him yet. He's a great player, and I'm really disappointed by that. But anyway, this is the team we're sending out. It's Livakovic in goal. It's Oxford, Chambers, and Chester as the back 3. Taylor down the left because Mabida needs a rest. Bree down the right. Tonali, and McGinn in midfield. Foden, Botheim, again, Jumpy needs a bit of a rest, so we're going to give him a rest. International duty came sort of in between, just before the Swansea game, so that's why there's a few players there that we're resting for this one. As well as Scott Hogan. Come on, boys, let's go back to back. So you can see the way Palace are lining up. They look very narrow there, don't they? Now, again, as I said, we're playing against an assistant manager for the first time. The only thing I've looked at is Doogie Friedman. I've had a look at how he likes to play typically. Typically, it's direct. So we're going to sort of play as if that's what we're going to be up against. I'm going to say we're at home again. Go out there, play a natural game. That worked okay last time. I think it's just a case of just relax, boys. Go out there. You're better than these guys. Let's go out there and prove it. And here we go. Just to give you an idea, I'm so excited by our win. It's like 8 o'clock in the morning, and I'm up recording this because I just couldn't sleep. I wanted to see if we could go back to back. That's just how sad my life is, unfortunately. All right, come on, boys. Let's get off to a good start here. I think my worst football manager moment in terms of that sort of thing, I was managing Romania in FM19 or something. Had a World Cup final. I got up and played the World Cup final like 3:30 in the morning because I couldn't sleep. I just couldn't sleep. I was running through my head like how I was played Argentina, how are we going to win this game? I ended up winning at 1-0, so happy ending. But yeah, I woke up at I turned my computer back on at 3:30 in the morning just to play the World Cup final. So this is the sort of person I am. But let's see what we can do here. Bree's looking a little bit tired there. Don't have El Mohammadi on the bench, which maybe is a bit of an oversight. All right, here we go. Can we get something going here? I've started playing Tonali, instead of Yadanak because he's a better ball player. Now we had Foden, decent effort. Oh, I tell you what, tapped around the post as well. So I'm sort of sacrificing the great man for some goals, hopefully. Yeah, we have him on the bench if we need to bring him on late in the game to shore things up for whatever reason. Tonali's there. Can he get a shot away? Oh, deflected over. Yeah, so that's how desperate we are to win. When I start sacrificing the great Mile Jedinak, then we know things are getting bad. Right, there's McGinn, back post, it's headed away. Are we going to get to that? We are, but it's not going to matter because it's not in the highlights. Let's give it some more, get creative. I'm beginning to think this tactic is the way forward, which is a little bit annoying because it sort of eliminates Marin and, well, Markovic if he ever played well, but he doesn't play well. I am contemplating using Marin in this formation as a wide striker. So if we say play Hogan as a central striker and Marin sort of cutting in from the left, I'm toying with that idea. Now, we're actually looking okay here. We haven't created too much again, though, which is it's still our problem. What do we say here? Keep up the hard work. Let's say that with a bit of passion, maybe. We can still win this. Keep working hard. Just give it a bit of the not pleased with people that aren't playing well. Like I was saying before, I think our defense is pretty good. It's up there with the best in the division. We just can't score. And I've been working on attacking football in training. I've toyed around with things, but I'm trying not to toy around with things too much because then you don't get the sort of the gelling. So it's a little bit of a juggling act, really, isn't it? How much do you change and how much do you just leave things alone and hope that will come together? So that's sort of where I'm at a little bit, and just where we are on the table. I'm sort of scared almost to go too attacking in case we concede a goal because then we can't score to get it back. So let's try demand more here to see if that'll get them going. We've really shut them down well, which is promising, but a little bit worried about Bree there. We don't really have anybody else to come on. I should have had Mohammadi on the bench. Let's show some passion. Let's see if we can fire him up here a little bit. We might need to look at some changes here. Foden's looking tired. He's not having his best game. So we'll bring Grealish on for him. We'll play him as an advanced playmaker. We'll put him on attack as well. We'll try and push him forward a little bit. Botheim and Hogan have done nothing, but then I think a little bit of that might just be they've had nothing to score with. Do we bring Cochrane on for somebody? Tonali's looking a little tired. I'm trying to get some of the younger guys to go that we haven't been playing. Let's try that. He can play there as well. Just trying things without being ridiculously experimental. I'm a little bit worried Bree's not going to make it, if I'm honest. I'm going to bring Junpei on. He can spark us sometimes. We'll bring him on for Botheim. And that's it. That's our changes done. Alright, it's a highlight. Please let it be a Villa highlight. Chester in for Bree. Come on. Come on, boys. Come on. Another late winner would be absolutely sensational. McGinn. Harry Cochrane. McGinn again. There we go. Out for Bree. Can we get across in the box? We don't have much height in there. Oh, they've got so many men back. So many men back. It's coming in. It's just over from Neil Taylor was that. Sneaking in at the back post. They've done nothing. We're going to go for it. They haven't threatened us at all. We'll try. Do we try and exploit the flanks maybe? Maybe hit early crosses. Maybe we'll try that. Just try and get the ball in the box. Come on, boys. Come on. Get creative. Come on, boys. Come on. Is a point a bad point? Probably not, is it? But it's another snorefest. We cannot score. And Brian was saying in the comments, look to maybe cash in on Grealish and see what we can do there. He's inconsistent. There's no doubt about that. Look at that. We deserve to win that game. That's really disappointing. The problem I have with selling Grealish right now is that it's someone that's any highly influential player that leaves the club. I'm going to say we're unlucky because we deserve to win that game. And then it just means somebody else in new, and he can cover a lot of positions. So until we nail down a tactic, I think we need to keep Grealish for that and nothing else, just his versatility. So there goes another point. It's another draw. 9 draws from 15 games. That is bordering on the ridiculous. It keeps that 4-point gap up, to the bottom. We're not going to draw our way to safety, though, are we? Though it's not. See, the thing too is that these are the teams that we really need to be beating, because they're the teams that are down there with us, and in many cases, recently, the last few games, they're the teams that are below us as well. So we really do need to try and... I'd love to keep Roxford if we can. We really do need to try and boost this on. So wait right there, guys. We'll be back to try and do that against Everton. Okay, welcome back. We're off to Goodison to play Everton. They are stone motherless last. They are just... almost as bad as we are. Actually, they're worse because they have less points. But they also don't score. But they have a new manager. Frank Lampard is in charge now. This will be his second game in charge, I think. So it's one of these now where we have everything to lose, don't we? Bottom of the table, they have a new manager. And yeah, you just kind of hope we don't go and lose. Now, before we get on to this game, I just want to have a quick look at the finances, sort of give you an idea of where the club is at, sort of off the field. You can see we're almost back to breaking even, which is a good thing, obviously. Hopefully, once we do break even, then we'll be able to do things like get more of our transfer retention from our sales, 30%. It's not worth selling anybody at that rate for to get some money in to buy players, because you're not going to get enough. I know Brian was asking in the comments what that was, so I just wanted to show you there as well. So cashing in on someone like Grealish just means that we might get 2 million to spend, and that's not really going to be worth it. I don't know what Grealish is worth, but I can't imagine getting much more than say 10-15 million for him, an absolute stretch. But let's have a look at the team that we're sending out to play Everton, and it is, unfortunately, all change, because we have a lot of players, if we look in the medical centre here, in this high injury risk zone. Given that we're coming into the festive fixtures, players that are in this zone tend to not play at their best in any case, and you can see a few of them here actually have high risk of injuries anyway. So that's why it's all changed. I'm hoping fresh legs will give us a fresh performance. So it's Livakovic in goal. It's May, it's Roshan Williams, and Chester as the defence. It's not ideal, but it is what it is. El Mohammadi and Mabida provide the width. Cochrane comes in and he's going to start along with McGinn. Grealish is going to start along with Jumpy and Bothheim up top. And if we look at the bench, if we need goals, Brian Carlos, he is our man. And Brian, if you do want to get the jersey made up, number 39. Sorry, mate, it was the lowest number we had available. So it's number 39, Brian Carlos. Now let's have a look at the team here. That's kind of what we would expect from them. They have a really good team, don't they? Oh, I really worry that we're going to get beaten here. They have a good team. I don't understand what they're doing down there in any case. Anyway, we don't need to overcomplicate things. Go out there and enjoy yourself. I think I don't hate that. It's a bit of passion. We have faith. Yeah, this is a very experimental team, and hopefully it'll pay off for us. The problem with, as I said, with playing tied players, is that they don't tend to play at their best in any case, and then they tend to also pick up the muscle injuries. So after this, we have Arsenal and Chelsea in the league, so our easier run of fixtures comes to an abrupt stop. Yeah, so we'll just have to see. Now, we're expecting Everton to play a passing game, so we're pushing high up the field to try and prevent them from doing that. Try and win the ball high up the field and go from there. Let's see what we can do here. Back to Mabida. A little bit of possession, I don't mind this. May, or however you pronounce that, our German defender from Bayern Munich has given that away horribly. Livakovic plucks it from the air like he's picking an apple. Yeah, we need maybe doing a little bit better than that, because that wasn't great. That's not the sort of pass that we want. Now, I have taken it off, work the ball into the box, and we are looking to exploit the flanks. I figure if we're struggling to score, maybe we just need to just get it in there sometimes. But I don't like doing that. I prefer that they sort of keep possession and go from there. I'm almost tempted to take it off already, because it's not working, is it? Let's see if we can put that pressuring high up the field. I like that. Come on, boys, win this back. Can we win that ball, please? It's a flick on. We should get to that. We do. Back to Chester. Back for El Mohammadi. That's all right. That's all right. We're keeping the ball. I like this. Livakovic going for a bit of a stroll out to hopefully a better pass this time. That's a good pass, isn't it? Out to Mobita. Can he launch something? He's a good attacking outlet. Go on, son. Oh, he's gone too far, but Grealish has picked it up. Grealish. Go on, Grealish. Grealish! Pickford, that's a little bit of a special save, wasn't it? That so easily could have ended up in the bottom corner of the net. Let's see what we can do from the corner here. We do have some height in there. Grealish goes back post for Mai. Headed towards goal and away for another corner. Is it Mai or is it May? I don't know how you'd say that in German. I think it's May, isn't it? Because I and Y sort of have the same sound. That's what I learned in English, I'm pretty sure anyway. It's hacked away. That wasn't the best corner for us. It was an okay ball in. It just wasn't very well worked from the players in the box. We're not playing particularly well, but we've had the sort of the two highlights of the game, haven't we? Or just the one that we gave away that Bernard had a shot at goal. Another Snorefest. I'm going to do away with goals of the month. We're going to have clean sheets of the month, I've decided. So that's a feature that we can all look forward to. Yeah, so what do we say? I'm going to say I'm not happy with that. There's a risk that it could backfire a little bit. Livakovic is fine. He's just... If the season was to end now, he is just hands down our player of the season. Just an absolute no contest. He wins. I'm going to say, what are we going to do here? I think we should take it off, exploit the flanks, and I'm going to go back on to work the ball into the box. I just feel like we're not creating anything. Happy with the rest of that, I think. All right, let's get back out there. In terms of changes, I think I still do have Marin on the bench to try our winger sort of cutting in as a wide, sort of as an inside forward. I have Foden on the bench, and we do, of course, have Brian Carlos as well. So if we need goals, that's who we'll be looking for. We'll give this a little bit more time, and then we might look to take Botheim off. He scored that cracker against Leicester, and he hasn't really done much since. This isn't working. All right, Brian, warm up, son. You're coming on. Let's get him on the field for Botheim. Is there anything else we want to do? McGinn's looking a little tired. I don't really want to bring Foden on unless we absolutely have to. So let's leave it at that for now. There's no pressure. We just need you to score a goal, mate. That's no pressure, though, other than that. Other than the need of absolutely having to score, there is no pressure. Oh, come on, boys. Are we going to do a goals episode? I don't think I've ever had one of those yet, so not that I've been doing YouTube for that long, but I've been doing it for over a year now, so I'd like to keep that run. Well, actually, I'd like to keep us scoring run going. I'd rather have a 0-0 draw and Everton not score. All right, this is not working still, so they're looking nervous and apprehensive. We are going to try Marin as a wide player cutting in. How am I going to do it? I really want him on the left, preferably, don't I? So let's put him over there. No, we're going to have to switch this. I've got marking role, so let me think about this. This hurts my brain. Put him over there, so he marks the right man. We'll play him centrally. Well, if you'll play him over this side to try and keep a little bit of balance to the team. Should we play him as a poacher? Let's try him. I don't usually play poachers, but we'll try him as a poacher. And we'll play Marin as an inside forward on attack. And then Mobita, we want him, I think. If we've got him cutting in, we really want Mobita staying wide. Alright. Go on, Marin. He's a really, really good player, so hopefully he'll come in and do something here for us. McGinn's looking tired as well. Let's bring on Jedinak for him and try and release Cochrane to go forward a little bit more. I'll play Jedinak as a ball winner. On support, yeah, we'll get him forward. He's too slow to get back if something goes wrong. Play him as a deep line playmaker on support. We'll play Grealish getting forward. Come on, Millet. Captain's on the field now. Time to perform, boys. Let's go attacking. Here we go. Come on, Rashawn Williams out to El Mohammadi. Come on. El Mohammadi for the great man Jedinak to Cochrane. Cochrane back to Jedinak. Jedinak back to Cochrane. Back to Jedinak. Oh, he's gone forward to El Mohammadi. We're not playing with much width there, though, are we? It's good. We're retaining possession well, but I just feel like we're waiting for a misplaced pass that ends up being a counter-attack goal. It's the 88th. It was the 89th minute almost. It's actually toward the 90th minute. There's the Jedinak with a cracking ball out from Mobida. Can he get a cross in? Go on, son. It's there. Grealish! Oh, it's off the bar! Oh, he's missed it. And are we going... No, don't do this. This is just rude. Go on. Win that ball back. Win that ball back. This would be an absolute piss off if that... Come on. Let's win that ball back. We've got him up the field. Here's our chance. No, we're going to have to defend a set piece now. That's all right, Millie. Stop the plate. Oh, I cannot believe we've hit the crossbar in the 90th minute. What do we say here? Show some passion. Come on, boys. Is it going to happen? It's going to be another game. I think we'd... Oh, no. No. Free kick. Well, I apologise, guys, that we haven't scored a goal. I think that we deserve to win both those games, though. There's definite signs, I think. There's definite signs that we're starting to get things together. It's disappointing to have another 0-0 draw. See that in clean sheets of the month after this game, after the end of the episode. Unlucky, I think, again. I think it's just unlucky. How have we hit the bar? I mean, I know how we've hit the bar. We've shot the ball about an inch too high. But there we go. Brian Carlos makes his professional debut. Take a screenshot of that one, mate. Hang it up on the wall. You've played for Aston Villa. I mean, didn't really get a chance to do anything. 9 games unbeaten. But look at that, 1 win. It's just... Oh, that is just the worst unbeaten run in the history of football, isn't it? Let's just have a look at the league table. We're still sitting there. We are now 14th. We are 5 points above the drop. 10 draws in 16 games, though. That is just ridiculous. Just ridiculous. Anyway, guys, that's it for today's episode. Look at those draws. I mean, we haven't lost the game since September 30th or September 29th. It's now December 7th. But we've only won 1 game. It's ridiculous. Anyway, gets a bit harder from here. If we keep this unbeaten run going through Arsenal and Chelsea, both at home, we'll have done really, really well, won't we? But we'll be back on Tuesday for the festive fixtures, Brighton and Southampton. That's an episode where I hope to score a goal would be nice, and we'd like to get, say, 4 points, 6 points from that as well, wouldn't we? But yeah, you can see here we got Preston in the FA Cup 3rd round, so I'm not going to take the FA Cup super seriously. I don't think. We'll try and win. Obviously, we'll try and win all our games, but we'll use it as an opportunity to rest our first choice players and kind of play the backups. And people like Horahan, who I think need good performances to get themselves back in a rhythm, because he just hasn't been there for us this year. Anyway, guys, as I said, that's this episode. If you have enjoyed that, please do hit like, and of course, if you're new, subscribe, ring the bell so you see when I upload new episodes. There's also a world tour going on. We're currently in Indonesia. At the time of recording, we're in Indonesia. That could change. And we also have an Arsenal save trying to win them the Champions League, and we are getting in to the end of that hopefully successful quest at our first attempt. But until Tuesday, guys, I've been Aussie Villain. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.